Okay, guys, today's session is going to be all about mean and problem solving with mean as well. Now, you'll know mean, median, mode, and range. And we'll do various bits on it over the course of the week, but today's really going to be about mean. Okay, now, this hopefully should be fairly straightforward for you here. Find the mean of 9, 3, 4, 9, 10, and 4. Again, we'll go through this one, but then you will see some more challenging ones as the video continues. So, mean is an average where we want to add up to get the total, and then we'll divide by the amount there are, and that's how the average is found. So 9 plus 3 is 12, plus 4 is 16, plus 10 is 26, plus 4 is 30. So the total is 30, and to find the mean, you simply divide by the amount of numbers there were, divide by 5, and so the mean is going to be 6. It doesn't matter that 6 isn't written there, that's fine. That is the average score based on the mean. Total divided by the number of numbers there are. However, questions get a bit more challenging when it's like this, and then I'll finish up with an even more challenging one for you guys. Here are a set of 7 numbers with 1 missing. If the mean of the 7 numbers is 5, what is the missing number? Now, they've told us that the mean of the 7 numbers is 5, so they've basically said what the answer is. The answer, when I add that, plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that, plus the missing one, and then I divide it by the amount of numbers there are, that will equal 5. So let's write that down. So something equals 5. We don't know what this is yet, but we know that when you divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers, is going to equal 5. So something divided by 7 equals 5. Do the inverse, 5 times 7 is 35. So therefore, you know that the total of these 7 numbers must be 35. Because when we add up all of that and divide by 7, it equals 5. So if all of them add together to equal 35, let's work out what the missing one's going to be. So 3 plus 4 is 7, 8, 17, 20, 28. So far, we're on 28 here. And this missing one here, that's going to get us to 35. So 28 plus 7 is 35. So our missing number is going to be 7 here. And again, the way I did it is I looked and said, how many numbers are there? There's 7 numbers, even though we're missing one of them. So something divided by 7 equals 5, because I said the mean is 5. The mean is 5. Therefore, I worked backwards. Okay? Pause the video and rewind it if you need to look at this example again. I'm going to go for one more, a bit more difficult. And also, just by the way, guys, you could double check that if you wanted to. You could do 3 plus 4 plus 1 plus 9 plus 3 plus 8 plus 7 and divide it by the amount of numbers there are, which is 7, and that will get you to 5. So therefore, you know your answer is right. So you can check your answer. Okay, here. Right, this is the most difficult one. A cricketer has a mean score of 58 runs in 9 games. Find out how many runs to be scored by him in the 10th game to increase his mean score to 61. Okay, so his mean score is 58 from 9 games. So the way I want to do it is this. I'm going to represent this as each of the games. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 games. Right, 9 games, his mean score is 58. So his mean is 58. Now you know to find mean is the total divided by the number of games that were played. In this case is 9, because I've got 9 boxes, and then that equals the mean, so 58. So what we can do to find out what the total is of those 9 games, we can do 58 times 9, because that's the inverse. So therefore, we'll go 58 in the calculator times 9 to get 522. So therefore, each of these games will add up to 522. Okay? So after 9 games, he scored 522 runs. But then it says, find out how many runs are to be scored by him in the 10th game to increase his score to 61, his mean score to 61. So I'm going to do a similar thing. I'm going to draw out the boxes, but this time I'm drawing out 10 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't know what the total is yet, but we know that whatever the total is, we need to divide by 10 because there's 10 games, and we want it to equal 61 because that's our new mean. So 61 times 10 to get the inverse is 610. So for his mean score to be 61, we'd need those 10 games to add together to get 610. So we basically are asking here, how many runs does he need to score in the next game to get him to that? Well, right now he's on 522 and we want to get him to 610. So we basically need to work out what the difference between these two are, because that will tell us what we need, which is going to be 88 runs. So therefore, because that, take away that, is 88. So look at how I've laid this out, look at how I worked it out, and see then how I worked out how many runs you'd need for the last part. Okay, there's 3 examples there, increasing in difficulty. Have your best shot at the work.